I want to share an excerpt from a speech that was given, I don't know, 110, 115 years ago by Theodore Roosevelt in France. And it's a speech that is about 17 pages long. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But this excerpt that I'm reading from also contains an excerpt that is one of his more well-known little quotes. Not a little quote. Anyway, I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to read a poem and maybe briefly talk about the thread that I see between them. But from Teddy Roosevelt's speech, the poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer. There are many men who feel a kind of twisted pride and cynicism. There are many who confine themselves to criticism of the way others do what they themselves dare not even attempt. There is no more unhealthy being, no man less worthy of respect than he who either really holds or feigns to hold an attitude of sneering disbelief towards all that is great and lofty, whether in achievement or in that noble effort which, even if it fails, comes second to achievement. A cynical habit of thought and speech, a readiness to criticize work which the critic himself never tries to perform, an intellectual aloofness which will not accept contact with life's realities. All these are marks, not as the possessor would feign to think, of superiority, but of weakness. They mark the men unfit to bear their part painfully in the stern strife of living, who seek, in the affectation of contempt for the achievement of others, to hide from others and from themselves their own weakness. The role is easy. There is none easier, save only the role of the man who sneers alike at both criticism and performance. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. And now the poem by Edmund Vance Cooke, How Did You Die? Did you tackle that trouble that came your way with a resolute heart and cheerful, or hide your face from the light of the day with a craven soul and fearful? Oh, a trouble's a ton, or a trouble's an ounce, or a trouble is what you make it. And it isn't the fact that you're hurt that counts, but only how did you take it. You are beaten to earth? Well, what's that? Come up with a smiling face. It's nothing against you to fall down flat, but to lie there, that's disgrace. The harder you're thrown, why the higher you bounce. Be proud of your blackened eye. It isn't the fact that you're licked that counts. It's how did you fight and why. And though you be done to the death, what then, if you battled the best you could? If you played your part in the world of men, why, the critic will call it good. Death comes with a crawl or comes with a pounce, and whether he's slow or spry, it isn't the fact that you're dead that counts, but only how did you die. I think both of these One is an exhortation, both are exhortations on how to live a good life, how to ignore the noise and do what you know to be right, how to not get beaten down by difficulties, by failures or perceived failures, by challenges, to get back up and go back at it and live your life as though it has meaning. It does. It's up to you to find it, but it's there to be found.